In this video, you're going to learn how a series of AI email agents automates an inbox 100% of the time, 24/7, saving business owners and every single person hours a week. So we're going to be using tools like Gmail, NAN, and OpenAI to make this happen, combining all the tools to create a series of AI email agents. And just quickly, if you are a business owner and you are looking to implement a system just like this, feel free to book a call in the link description below. We'll be happy to help you out, answer any of your questions. And of course, this completely free AI agent and AI template is going to be available completely for free in the link description below. I've got tons of other resources on my Gumroad page, so feel free to go ahead and check that out. Obviously, it's completely for free. So yeah, let's get right to the video. I'm in Gmail right now. I'm just going to send an email quickly, and you're going to see how the AI agent works. So I'm going to go ahead and click send. Wait a little bit for the email to come through. As you can see, it's just popped up in the email right here. So we're going to go ahead and go over to NAN, execute it. You can see email is confirmed. Contact the AI agent, send an email back by Gmail, and then updated the CRM, and then also send us a Telegram message. So if we go ahead and check those things, we can see that there has been a new customer support inquiry, which is exactly the route that the AI agent went. And then we can go ahead and see that a customer email has been entered inside the CRM right here with my email, the inquiry reason, the notes and summary of the email that was sent. And then if we go back over here to the email right there, we can see that the AI agent has successfully sent an email back. And this was done all automatically 24/7. So that's exactly how the AI agent works. Now, let me take you through how I built it and how to build it if you want to build it for yourself. So let's get into it. All right, so we're in N8N, and this is going to be the platform we're going to be using to build the series of AI automation agents. And yeah, that's basically it. So first of all, this is going to start with the Gmail trigger. So first of all, when a new message comes in from Gmail, it's going to trigger this automation. So if we go ahead and look inside of it to see how it actually looks, we can see that this is the information that has been sent to N8N to activate the automation. So we can see the message right here. We can see the subject here, which is the tracking order. So that's all the information that's been sent to make. And essentially what is going to happen is this is going to trigger every single minute. Now, usually I would go ahead and do custom cron expression. So essentially what that means is that you can really have a custom poll time and custom interval, which is what the AI agent or AI automation is going to run. So if it was, 5 minutes, you'll have to customize it using cron expression, but I'll just leave it on for 1 minute now. And then we're going to be using Gmail, obviously. So if you want to connect your Gmail account, just go ahead right here and sign into Google. So it's that easy. And yeah, obviously the event is going to be message received. So each time a message receives, and that's essentially going to start the AI automation right here. And then from there, we're going to be feeding that information into a text classifier powered by OpenAI. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like right here. So text to classify is going to be subject JSON.subject and email body is JSON.snippet. So right here, that is exactly what that information is. So this is going to be the information that the AI is going to be classifying into these categories down here. So if we just go ahead and quickly look over in Gmail, you can see you can add all these different labels, and the AI agent is going to be classifying those categories into that label. So if you go ahead and see right here, I've got customer support, I've got sales and leads, I've got all these different labels in my inbox, so it's nice and organized. And of course, if you do want this AI automation completely for free, go ahead and download it in the link in the description below. And yeah, you can pretty much implement it right there and it should all work. So yeah, that's essentially all that's happening in this step is the AI agent is classifying that text using what has been sent from Gmail over here. So of course, I've just got some descriptions that has been sent to the AI agent. And if we just go ahead and look down here, we should be able to see what has been happened. So yeah, we can see that I've got descriptions for each of the categories, and this is going to be feeding into the AI agent to classify the text. So that's what's happening from there. And then we're using OpenAI's model. So you can see this is the system message right here. It's built into NAN, so we don't need to prompt it. So yeah, that's essentially what we're doing in that step. And quickly, we're using OpenAI API key, and the model is going to be GPT-4o Mini. Now, if you want to connect OpenAI, I can quickly show you right here. So first of all, you want to go over to OpenAI, which is the OpenAI API key. So you just want to search that right there. Click on that. And then it's going to take you to this page right here, hopefully, down to API keys. So we're in the OpenAI developer platform. And then you want to go ahead and create secret key, enter the name for it, and then just go ahead and click create, and it'll give you kind of a long, characters and digits right here. Copy that, head over to create a new credential and just paste your API key right in there, and that should be all good to go. So that's how you're going to connect the OpenAI model, and yeah, that should be all good, and you'll be able to use it for the rest of the workflow. So basically, that's going to be happening in the first step, and then from there, it's going to be adding a label onto that message. So if we go back over here, we can see that there's all these different labels right here, and beforehand, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and add a label into your inbox or Gmail. So if you just go ahead and type in whatever label you might want, click create, and then it's going to automatically sync with NAN, and then it's going to be able to add that email right there. So if we go ahead and look inside it, we'll just go ahead with this one. We can see that the label name or ID is customer support, exactly the same that it is right here. So that's how that's going to work. Make sure you add those in, and then it'll sync up right here because we've got all the other labels we have in Gmail. So that's all that's happening right there. And then of course we need the message ID, which is going to be the same information that we have over in the Gmail trigger right there. So that's the message ID. We've just again dragged that in to here over there. So yeah, that's all we need to do to add the labels, and then it does that for each of the other steps and departments. So just like you would have a different department, different operations in a business, you've got operations, you've got customer support, leads, sales, finance. You can have a different AI email agent attached to these different departments to do different tasks essentially. So this is what's really valuable about this automation, that it just saves a ton of time for people. Both you and I, we're so busy on email, we're so busy on inboxes, and having a system like this just saves us so much time really for anyone. So yeah, that's essentially the first part now, and then attached onto those different parts and different sections of a operation inside a business is different AI agents. So now I'm going to take you through kind of each and every individual step and individual path that the AI agent is doing. So let's get into that. So firstly, starting with a sales and lead agent, we're using the AI agent kind of node here in NAN. Go ahead and click on that. And all that's really done here is a prompt. So we're prompting the AI agent its tasks to go ahead and fulfill in NAN. So again, we're using OpenAI's model here. So if we go down to here, we can see that we're using OpenAI's model, the same connection that we just established beforehand. And then we just need a system prompt message. So if you download this, you'll already have this pre-installed, all done for you. But essentially what this prompt is doing is it's prompting the AI agent with its role, its task. So you're a professional AI email assistant to summarize emails. Your task is to interpret the customer's email, summarize the email, and then draft a professional reply. So that's all that's happening, is we're telling the AI agent its role and its task, and then we're giving it the content to summarize, which is going to be the subject and email body, just as the same as we did over here. So again, just go ahead and drop that in, and that's what it's going to be feeding. So it does that by JSON, obviously. And then down here, I've just put how to structure its output. So in order to go ahead and create a draft and create an output, we need to structure it in JSON format. So that's all that I've done there, is prompted it to structure it just like that. So with its email subject response here, and then the body response right there. So now we can use that information and send a professional reply. So I'll quickly show you how that works right now. So again, using OpenAI's model right here, and then a structured output phrases. So I kind of like to add this into all of my NAN agents to make sure it's giving the correct kind of output and correct structure. So again, I've just given it an example, which is exactly what I've done in the AI agent. So it's always going to output that this JSON right here. So we can go ahead and create a draft. So that's really important. And then in the draft, again, we've created the same JSON. So that's the same JSON that we've just told the AI agent to produce, which is the subject and response. So that's literally all that's happening right here, and it's a draft. And then we're doing the create operation with the Gmail account, obviously. And then from there, we're going to send a internal notification alert by Telegram. So you can do it really with any platform. If you download it, you can go ahead and go you can go Twilio, you can go Twilio right here. You can do WhatsApp, whatever messaging system you might use. I just use Telegram in this example. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like right here. So again, we're sending a message, so text message. and then the chat ID, which is the chat of Telegram, and I'll show you how to connect the Telegram account and get the chat ID as well. So yeah, that's the text. Obviously, you could put, different variables from the AI agent or Gmail trigger, but for now, I just had a standard, text for the person. So that's going to go ahead and send a message right there. So now I'm going to show you how to connect your Telegram account. So first of all, what you're going to need is just kind of two things really. You're going to need a OpenAI key from the bot, and then you're also going to need the chat ID message, which is what the bot is going to be sending. So I'll go ahead and show you how to create that right now. All right, so we're in Telegram right now, and this is going to be Bot Father. So Bot Father is essentially how we create all these bots on Telegrams to also establish a connection to NAN and then send a message. So first of all, you just want to go /mybots. You want to create a bot, obviously, in Telegram, and then go API token. And that's going to give you this long string of API tokens right here. I'm going to blur it out, obviously, because it's some of my information that I use. Then you want to copy that key right there, and then go back over to NAN, click create new credential, and then just paste that access token right in there, and that will be all done for you. And then lastly, you're going to need the chat ID. So the chat ID is going to be this number right here inside the message. So you want to go ahead and copy that little number right there and then paste it right there. So now what's going to be happening is the bot is going to be sending messages to that specific chat ID within Telegram. So yeah, that's essentially how you can connect Telegram and then also send messages as well. So obviously that's going to be happening for each and every one of these different things. So just sending a notification, but the only difference, if we just go ahead and look, is that you have a new customer support ticket. So that's literally it. And then I've just gone ahead and put the summary reason right there. So again, the only thing that's different on the end of all these informations for automations or nodes on Telegram is that it's just different for the different departments. So finance, operations. So yeah, that's how that sales and lead agent works. So now I'm going to go through the operations, finance, and HR agent. And then lastly, we'll just touch on the customer support agent because it's a bit different because it uses a customer support kind of ticketing system and then also updates information in the CRM. So I'll go ahead and touch on that last, but now I'm going to run you through all the different other agents. So really the only thing that's different in these agents is that it's just prompted for that specific field or specific operation within a business. So again, same thing's happening, adding a label, but it's just for operations. So whatever path or whatever email that AI is classified in the node beforehand, it's going to going down this path, adding the operations, and then now contacting the operations and email system right here. So if we just go ahead and look, the only thing that's different is that it's a operations and email admin assistant. So the way that it's going to respond is going to be a bit different because we've said that it's an operations and AI email agent in the prompt. Again, we've given it the customer email right there. And then, yeah, that's essentially all that's happening in that step. And again, doing the same output in the JSON format like that before. So again, it's going to be creating a draft. So exact same step before and then sending an internal notification. So if we go ahead and look at the finance agent, this one's a bit different because, it's sending a message. So I just put this a little bit differently because, in finance or in billing, you might get receipts, you might get notifications. You might just want to have an AI agent just say, thank you, we've received your email, we've received your payment. So I've just used that as an example in finance agent here. So same thing. All right, here we go. We can see that we prompted it to be a finance agent. And then the same thing is the customer email and the body and description right there. Again, structuring in the JSON format, but only thing that's different here is we're sending a message. So we can see that we've sending the message from the original message that has been sent before, which is the Gmail trigger right here, which is what has been triggered. Subject is the subject that the AI has decided, and then email response. So only thing that's different here is we're sending a email to another email. So again, then we're doing the Telegram message for a internal notification, and yeah, that's all that's happening in the finance agent. We go down here to the HR agent, again, adding a label onto the message. Only thing that's different is it's a HR agent in the prompt. So yeah, it's a little bit repetitive, but we need to make sure that we prompted the AI agent in that case so it knows its specific role and task. So down here, I've got also legal and promotions. So you can go ahead and add a label for legal, and maybe you just want to forward that email or send a text message or notification to your legal team, because maybe you don't want to deal with that, and that's really why you have a legal team and lawyers. So I've just said send a message to a legal team, so we can obviously put a different chat ID in that case, which is going to be the legal team in this example. And then from here, I've literally just put the information of the customer if they want to go ahead and contact them. So just another use case, another example, I guess, for an AI agent in that case. And then from there, promotions, we just want to mark the email as read. So that's going to be most of the AI agent systems here. Again, the only thing that's different is we're prompting the AI agent differently in that scenario. So that's going to be really everything here. And now I'm going to take you through the customer support agent, which is a little bit different. All right, so this is the customer support agent, which you just saw. So let's get right into it. So again, adding the label as anything different, but the only thing that's different about this customer support agent is that it's prompted a little bit differently, and it's using a custom knowledge base, which is a Google Docs in this case. And then also it's outputting different variables. So it's, instead of outputting just the subject and body, we're going to go ahead with the inquiry reason, the summary of the email, the status, and the subject. So we can now use this information to send in an email back to the customer, and then also update as CRM as well. So just like you would have, in those email ticketing or whenever you're contacting a company, you can have an AI email agent attached to that, updating CRM information, sending back emails just like you would have a human. So I'll go ahead and show you how that works now. So we can see we're using the same, subject and email body to send to the AI agent from the Gmail trigger right here, which is done by JSON. But the only thing that's different is it has a little bit of a different prompt. So if we see right here, we can see, the role, the core responsibilities is a little bit different because we're prompting it to be a primarily customer support agent. So I'm not going to read out everything here, but again, I prompted it with a little bit more in depth so the responses are better and it's more custom to that customer support kind of role and system within a business. So we can see I've got its role, its responsibilities, its task, so handling new inquiries, matching information to a knowledge base, which I'll show you how that works just then. Posting conversation tasks. So after each conversation, you need to create a custom summary, customer information, always check knowledge bases before responding. So yeah, that's essentially how this AI agent is working. Long story short, if you just download it, you can go ahead and get the entire prompt right there for that agent. And then it's outputting that information inside a JSON. So just like it did before, it's doing the same thing, but it's just got a little bit more variables right here down below. So yeah, that's essentially what's happening in the AI agent. And then it's using a Google Docs document automatically to retrieve a knowledge base, which looks a little bit like this. So again, I've just used a e-commerce company just for an example here, but the AI agent essentially has access to this knowledge base, and each time a new customer support inquiry comes in, it can go ahead and read the knowledge base, read the company policies, and then actually go ahead and identify that information. So yeah, essentially all I've done is I've just attached a Google Doc. So I'll quickly show you how to actually connect a Google Doc as well if you're interested, but if you're not, just go ahead and skip the video as well below. So let's get into it. So first of all, you want to go ahead and click create new credential. And what you're going to need is three things actually. You need a client ID, a client secret, and an auth redirect URL. So to get this, you need to go ahead and search Google Cloud Console. Right, so we're in Google Cloud right now, and this is basically what you want to do to connect the Google Doc to run a knowledge base. So API keys and services, then you want to go to library, and then just search Google Docs. So whatever you're using, so Google Docs right there. Now this will look a little bit different for you, but it'll look the same thing. Mine says manage right there. And then we're in the Google Docs API here right now. So essentially you want to go credentials. And then here it will say like create credential, I'm pretty sure. So you can see create a credential, and then you want to go ahead and create those different things. I've already got it right here. So if I just click on that, you can see there is the client ID, which is what you want to paste in right there. And then also the secret key as well. Obviously I'm going to blur this out, but paste that client ID and then paste that secret key right there. And then yeah, that's going to be all good to go and connect to Google Docs. So now you can go ahead and use Google Docs, and that will work all good, no problem. So And then from there, it's going to be sending an email. So sending the same thing back with the trigger. So the email that has been sent from, and then the JSON subject, and then the text is just going to be in an email response. Now, I've also found that it works well sending text, not HTML, just because it has all the breaks and lines in the email to make it seem like it's a human. You don't want long lines of text that has no breaks, just like you would send in an email. And then from there, it's going to be updating a Google Sheet. So this is going to be the Google Sheet that we're going to be using. Again, using the same credential from before, but you can just sign in with Google right here. So that's what's going to be happening in that row right there. And all that it's doing here is it's mapping these custom variables that we've used from the AI module that has been defined. So you've got the subject, email response, custom inquiry reason, all those different things that the AI email agent has responded to or outputted in JSON format. So that way we can now update a Google Sheet with all those different variables. So you can see that it's got, custom support JSON, it's got the Gmail trigger JSON, it's got the notes and summary JSON, and then the status. So it's going ahead and updating all that information right here in the sheet. So that's all that's happening there. And then again, it's sending it a internal Telegram notification. So that's really going to be it for this AI agent demo and AI agent automation kind of template. Again, if you do want the completely free blueprint, I'm going to go ahead and leave it in the link description below. You can download it, import it into your NAN account. And yeah, you can go ahead and see how it actually works, change some things, connect your credentials, and go ahead and build off it. But yeah, that's going to be really it for this video. So again, if you are a business owner and you are looking to get started on any AI systems or need any custom built AI system, feel free to go ahead and book a call in the link description below. We'll be happy to help you out. But yeah, without further ado, that's going to be the video for today. So thanks.